I now put the question that the motion for resolution of Parliament support the deployment of the Uganda People's Defense Forces contingent as part of an international stabilization force in the Gaza Strip at the invitation of the United States of America be adopted. Those in favor say aye, and to the contrary nay. Those in favor say aye, and to the contrary nay. The ayes have it. Now, Honourable Minister, you've made critical commitments. Honourable Minister, you've made critical commitments here, okay? You've made critical commitments here, which I request that you fulfill. Those include: 1, periodic reports; number 2, the agreement. And then you will guide us whether it is classified, the nature of the agreement, and then we shall agree on how it is handled once you conclude it. Now, I direct the clerk to extract the recommendations together with a copy of the Hansard and transmit them to the relevant minister.
Not yet. We also need to know the funding of this force. Who is going to fund our stay in Gaza? We also need to know so many of those details that we cannot get in the motion that the Honourable Minister has tabled. Because, Right Honourable Speaker, we are deploying lives. It's not about NRM, it's not about opposition. It's about the lives of the soldiers that we are sending for the peace mission. I think it's important that the Honourable Minister of Defence gives us, even if it's 2 days, we get these details. We scrutinize the motion.
Raise your procedure matter.
We scrutinize the motion.
Raise your procedure matter.
My procedure matter was, if there's already a precedent that was set in 2007 when we were deploying in Somalia, why can't it be followed now?
Thank you. Now, honourable colleagues, every parliament makes its rules of procedure. The rules of procedure is every motion that requires to go to the committee. The rules provide so. Okay? So, you might find the parliament that time its rules of procedure required that. The rules of procedure, please, I'm a custodian of the rules. Come on. Okay? So the rules of procedure you have, they don't provide for that. So I request you, next time when we are going into amendment of the rules, you propose that, so that motions of this nature, for example, roads, you can see, they provide. It should go here, this one goes here. So, and you see, whenever I'm having any matter, I refer once the rules require me to do so. Once the rules don't, my hands are tied. Honourable Warswaka.
Thank you, Right Honourable, and the Minister, for having given this Parliament its authority and also accepted. Right Honourable Speaker, in our culture in Butaleja, they say, if I give you chicken, a basket may be full of mangoes. When it comes back, it shouldn't come empty. At least you bring banana. America has supported us several. It is now high time, if they need our support, we also do the same. Right Honourable Speaker, America has supported us in education, in health. Right Honourable Speaker, I also benefited from American training in engineering aspect. So, Right Honourable Speaker, I want to request members that we support. The good thing, the MPs representing the soldiers have supported. Right Honourable Speaker, the issue of Gaza, this is why fuel hiked. And if our people, they are going there, will try to reduce on the cost of living, especially in fuel, I support. However, I want to thank government this time on issues of corruption. They have started and they are biting. And I want to warn whoever will try to touch the monuments and the pay of the men and the women in uniform who will be going to offer their service. It is not business as usual. So, Right Honourable Speaker, I want to implore and I request this Parliament, as these officers go, Honourable Minister for Defence, You can call some few members, they pray for these people as they are going. Whenever you go for something, you have prayer. In Ilango, they say Lubanga, so that you give for Lubanga. And I want to implore our Honourable Minister and the Government Chief Whip, these members.
Thank you. But honorable colleagues, I just want to ask constituency. Because me, every soldier who happens to come from my constituency is robbing me to be deployed abroad. They are robbing me, and I'm like, you people, what are you robbing for to go to Somalia? People are robbing right and center. I don't know what is there. That's why me as a civilian, these are issues beyond me. We have one of our own who was deployed in Somalia, Honorable Bernardo Tim.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Now, this is the right time to add retired sergeant, because we are talking matters of security. We are talking matters of people who serve this country. I'm giving you personal experience and also a word of encouragement. I worked in Somalia under AMISOM for 1 year, 2019-2020. It is out of the money I got from Somalia that I was able to go back to school. I studied law. I'm a lawyer. And that is why I'm here. So, honorable members, life is lived once. Whether you stay in this parliament, whether you stay where, you'll die. And not everybody who has gone to Somalia or whichever mission have died. The generals are here. I was in Somalia with the Honorable Mulongo, who was our boss then. Honorable Lydia Wanyoto is there. So,
Question, Sergeant. I thought you ordered.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker and colleague, for giving way. I want to inform this House, building on what he was presenting, that in the structure of the UPDF, we have a full-fledged international peace support training center, single. This is a center well supported internationally. I want to allay any fears. The contingent that will be selected will not just go as if they are just moving to dance. They are going to go through the International Peace Support Training Center, and that's why my colleague who went through that center was able to survive.
Honorable Tim,
yes, Right Honorable, that as we send these men and women to go and provide the much needed peace in the Middle East, we pray for them. It's important that whatever matter is going to be raised here is taken in good spirit. Personally, I was the admin and personnel officer of the police contingent in Somalia. I was responsible for processing payments of all police officers, and nobody is complaining of payments. This is an assurance to the people here that in our communities, we even have town councils named Somalia. This is evidence that people who went to Somalia, came back and built homes, built trading centers. So this is not just a mission. It is an economic empowerment to our men and women in uniform. And therefore stand to support the motion that our officers be deployed. Thank you.
Lop, you told me you had some.
Because there have been issues which have been consistently raised by people who have been deployed out of the country, and issues have not been resolved. Time and again, by us saying that we are debating this matter in this direction, we wanted an opportunity to review and then either support when we know that actually there's going to be no reoccurrence of issues which have been raised. Because
whatever we resolve, okay, here, whatever decisions we come to, we have committees which follow up on them and continue reporting periodically, okay? But I would also agree, I totally agree with the leader of opposition that indeed we would need the agreement laid here on table once concluded. If it is of classified nature, we would have a way of handling it. If there are issues, if it's open, we would have a way of handling it, okay? No, colleagues, I'm allowing the minister first. I want first listen to the minister.
The issue that was raised by Honorable Nambeshi has been, I think, well addressed by Honorable Masiko. UPDF is a trained force, not a football team. So we are ready. If you give us the permission, we have the skill and capacity to maintain the peace. Honorable Sewungu, I'm sorry, my shadow Minister of Defense, I thought by interacting with you in the committee and informing you, and we actually, Honorable Chair, I did raise this issue in the committee and a number of questions were raised. When I appeared before the committee, I did mention that I am coming to the House to seek a motion and we discuss it, but next time I'll even give written notice. Honorable Chirumira, yes, we are a member of UOC, just like we are, IOC, sorry, just like OIC, Organization of Islamic, but we are also members of the UN. So we are going under the UN auspices. But just for your information, just for your information, the following countries have signed on to this: Saudi Arabia, Turkey, Egypt, Jordan, Indonesia, Pakistan, Qatar, and UAE. They are all members of that. Palestine has welcomed this Board of Peace and the Stabilization Force. We can finalize. I am clear on all the issues. Honorable Court, it is not correct. It's not correct to say that this is the first time the government is doing the right thing. This is the first time we have come here before deploying. But the circumstances before were different. If there is an imminent threat, then coming here may not be, or in the absence of the House. So, yes, this may be the first time we have come here before deploying, but it's not the first time we have done the right thing. And for how long are we going to be in this mission? We are there for peacekeeping. We are there to keep peace. When the peace comes, the mission is complete. So we don't put time to it. We can assure you, Honorable Court, that the facilitation and whatever terms which we shall share with the House by laying the agreement, we shall ensure that whatever facilitation or whatever is supposed to be given to the troops is being done. The CDF has a purely no corruption policy in the UPDF, and I support him fully on that. I think I've finished all the issues. Thank you.
So, thank from the Minister is that assuming the motion carried the day, whether would you consider laying periodic reports in the House so it becomes a conditional approval for purposes of securing the approval? I thank you. Yes. Colleagues, please, you don't just know. I'm not around supplementary.
Right, Honorable Chair and Honorable colleagues, we will have no, it's actually not, it's not a request you're making. We are obligated by law to report to this Parliament periodically. And we will definitely report. We are not even doing a favor. Thank you.
The matter of deploying our soldiers to a very risky place like Gaza, where Israel strikes every now and again, Right Honorable Speaker, cannot be just casually passed here. We have to prepare enough.
Honorable colleagues, please. Honorable Samba, first take your seat. Okay? Please, please. If you know you've come here to do casual work, go out. We are doing serious work here. Okay? We are here to do serious work. Anyone who feels they are doing casual work, just get out. Please, debate. Honorable Seungu.
Mr. Speaker, sir.
It is really very surprising that anybody would be feeling unhonored that your country, working with superpowers, is being requested to participate in such an honorable cause for peace and humanitarian cause. It's quite surprising. As for the doctrine of participation in military operations, the army is trained not to be in a dancing hall. The army is trained to defend humanity, defend territories against any levels of threats. So if you are saying UPDF is incapable of confronting any threats, test what we found in Mogadishu when a big force from a superpower had failed to contain the situation in Somalia. The first contingent which entered Mogadishu, which is an urban center, in a worse situation than what actually now is happening in Gaza Strip, should be enough testimony not to doubt the capability and the capacity of your force. You should be very, very proud as Ugandans that Uganda People's Defense Forces is viewed as the anchor of stability in a sea of turbulence regionally and now globally. I know some of you may be worried. How come it is the President of the United States that is inviting and proposing that this international stabilization force
is trusted worldwide for the contribution it has done to the world of peace and security. One of the wafude mwete mgwena kufa okufa lunaku lwa muntu ffe twagenda zinagenda mu magye nga n'emyaka 17 kati n'emyaka 69 nkomyewo buli lunaku nga mbeera mu operation sisobola kufiira mu parliament kubanga ntudde ku ntebe eri olunaku bwe lutuuka nkola ki nfa naye tetukigaana kugenda ne tukola oba ne tuyamba ku balala abafiira obwemage bwe bati nga bwe mulaba abantu abasafaringa obw'ensalo. N'olwekyo it is very important UPDF tegireke erina kyereetedde Uganda era kijja kunyumira abannayuganda bonna. Bwe tuba twagala kuzireeta ne tuzireeta wano waliwo ebyamagye waliwo ebya parliament. Kati bwe tugenda mu details of terms of deployment ne bwogenda wano ku floor ya parliament tebasobola kukinyonyola. Kati waliwo bye tulekera amagye basooke babikole babirowoozeeko babitunuulire bakole reeki bakole bagende balabe gye bagenda bafune terms of deployment bajje bazituleetere bajjemu ebyo bye tusaanye okumanya they need to know bajjemu bye tusaanye okumanya ebyabwe babyesigalize naye nga tugaligaliza in principle kikulu nnyo okudeployinga ne tuprotectinga abantu abalala nga bwe bajja ne batuprotectinga. Kale tweyanza nnyo genero.